Do dee do 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 do. Do dee do 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 do. All right. Do 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 do. Well, bugger me sideways. Hello. Weekly Wibble time. Weekly Wibble time. Weekly Wibble time. I know, chronologically, I'm a bit of a fuck-up because I haven't done one of these for weeks. But I've had a cack computer, and in the downtime of internet-type activity, I've discovered this little thing on my little recording thing where you can load loads of little sound effects on. So that little thing you just listened to, which is basically an homage to the gun culture of America, all of them little things, every little bit I found and I've pieced together to make it sound like a journey from the rocky shores to the place where the eagle soars, or whatever the fucking sing on one of them American songs. Yes, the home of the brave, land of the free, if you've got the guns and if you've got the money. Which is pretty much the same as anywhere else, really. But it's going through some changes at the moment, innit, lads and lasses and things. You know, whatever you call things and that now, like. Yeah, a bit of a change. I think when Sam Cooke said the change is going to come, and Obama sort of like hijacked it on his inaugural speech at that park in Chicago, I didn't think they meant what we've ended up with now, which is, you know, a power-hungry bastard, really. You know, corporate elite wanker, rightfully calling out the politicians who for fucking generations have screwed over the country and, in fact, the world. And all politicians around the world now are like going, hang on, something up here. He's hijacked that sensibility, but instead of blaming his mates and the top 1%, he's blaming, you know, immigrants and stuff and Mexicans, and they're going to build a wall, apparently. He went, Mexico's going to build a wall. That's me doing Donald Trump. It's class, isn't it? You know what? If I was a fucking Mexican governor, fucking president type, and I had that numbnut as a president next door in America, I'd build a fucking dome. I'd be like, nope. Hey, man, wall ain't enough to keep those crazy bastards out. Don't know what fucking accent that was. It was meant to be Mexican, but, you know. It was a generic non-Anglo-Saxon, I think you'll find. Yes, I think you'll find it was. Yes. And it's kind of funny, innit? It's kind of funny how all of these things are happening at the same time. The Yanks, they're pretty much like mirroring in their own way what's happening across the world. And it's the internet. People are getting wise. People are getting brainy. Like before the net was about, there was a massive fucking systematic approach to fucking dumbing down people. You know, education went down through the floor, and people just got obsessed with consuming shit and not thinking about them at the top. And you know, well, as long as we've got our plasma telly and all that stuff, and people are slowly but surely realising plasma tellies ain't enough, baby. My computer's making noises. I wish it would fuck off. It's doing these. It's doing a clean up of my system as I speak. Now, what's all that about? You know, it's scheduled for 3 o'clock in the morning. It's doing one now. Anyway, so yes, back to my ramble, rimble, womble, womble, wimble, wibble. What you're seeing playing out in the States, because it's everywhere. It's happening everywhere. It's happening in Britain. It's happened across Europe. It's happened in Greece, and Greece got shafted as a result. But people are getting fucking pissed off. And we saw it happen in the fucking Arab Spring. Remember when they all tried to achieve democracy by overthrowing dictators? You know, the dictators we have been paying off to fucking give us their oil for God knows how long. And they called the West out. Because for the last 25 years or so, the West's gone around the world telling us, the people who live in the West, that we're going round, we're going to save the world in the name of democracy and freedom. And so what happened when you had people freely taken to the streets and insisted on democracy? We bombed the fuck out of them, and we've helped bomb them and pay for it, and it's not good. So what's happened is, the Arab Spring, that was down to the internet as well. And it was a flipping weird sort of thing. I spent about 2 weeks on Google Earth during the Arab Spring. Google Earth's mint. But you get pretty much like, you saw the news happening before the news, basically, and you were like, hang on, there's something going on here. Tahrir Square and stuff, and all these little uprisings, and it was like, fuck hell. Yay, democracy, finally. Surely the Yanks will be over the moon with this. Because that's what they've been saying, you know. We want to install democracy at the end of a gun, you know. When it actually came to it and it happened, frightened the fuck out of people. Which says a lot about what we call democracy, because it's not a democracy as we've come to understand, is it? It's a kleptocracy. Corporatocracy. And this is where Trump is scary. Trump is scary because he's part of that machine. He, on one hand, just goes on about how much he hates the fact that America divvies out its... you know what I mean? You know what I mean? He's actually doing it. He's one of the traders trading outside of the US. Cheap labour and all that malarkey. It's stupid. And people just... What it is, they've lost hope. You all know I lost hope in politics yonks ago. That's why I like Corbyn. Corbyn is like the Bernie Sanders. Now here's the thing, I'm going to stick with America for now. I'm deviating already. Bernie Sanders and Trump are talking to the same people. But they're giving them different options as to fucking how to change things for the better. Trump he's a bit like Farage. Farage did this in last year's election in Britain. Hijacked the left, but kept his feet in the right. So he hijacked the usual things of poverty. You're working for fucking God knows how many hours, you're getting out. You're going home, you can't afford to live, you can't afford to feed. You're using food banks, or in the case of America, food stamps. And this is where it changes. They all know the problems. Sanders is the same. Corbyn is the same in Britain. They all have the same problems. They're shouting out for the people on the floor. But what Trump's doing is blaming everybody else and telling people to blame the neighbour. Blame the Muslims, blame fucking immigrants, blame, and that's exactly what Farage is doing. And it's not the fucking people like you and people like me, no matter where they're from, in the same shit, who are causing the problem. And what Sanders is doing, and what Corbyn's trying to do, but good luck, considering we've got Britain is totally different because of the monarchy. Whoa, we'll get into that in a sec. But what Bernie Sanders is doing is saying, yes, these are the problems, but it's them fuckers at the top with all the money. It's gone from 1% in America. This is just America. It's gone from the 1% having 50% of the wealth to the 0.1%. So it's not even a percent of people who own most of the money in America. It's 0.1%. So it's like, fucking hell. You've got 100 people, it's a fucking finger of one of those people owns more money than those 100 people. Than the rest of that body, and those 100, you know what I mean? It's 0.1% of the top in America have all the money. And guess where Trump is? With his fucking gaudy gold. He's like a really elaborate chava. Everything's like, he's like David Dickinson on acid. Like gold everywhere and fucking gaudy, dripping, cheap, tacky. He's made chavas. This is the thing. Chavas make gold look minging, don't they? They walk around with dripping in gold. So now, whenever I see people wearing gold, there could be Charlize Theron wearing a gold whatever necklace or whatever. I'll be like, didn't like gold. Like, just looks minging. In me, I can't help it. I like silvery stuff, but that's by the by. But that's what happens. It's like it's vulgar. It's like a shortcut to pretending you're wealthy. Gold, just put gold everywhere. That'll make everyone feel great. It looks minging. It just looks minging. Anyway, yeah. So Trump is they've got the same thing, but he's thick. He's a businessman. Businessmen know nothing other than the bottom line. They think they know what they do. They gamble, and they reckon if the money he got from his dad, if he hadn't have invested it, he'd be richer now than what he is. He's lost billions. He should have just been a frat and just blasted the money and had a fucking whale of a time. But what he's done, he's just been a sexist bastard all of his life. And now he's a racist, sexist bastard. And he's pretty much taking the piss out of the very people who support him. There's a quote going around from Time magazine. I think it's from 1982, and it's not. Time have tried to distance himself from it, and it's been people saying yes, he definitely said it. It's blah blah blah, and there are people saying he didn't say it. But the line is, because he's been into politics for a while, Trump he wants to get into a political party and run the country but what he'll do, he'll go through the Republicans because they'll accept anything. He said the dumb. That's his favourite thing, dummies. Anyone who just actually comes up with a fact that he doesn't understand or comprehend, he just calls them a dummy. He's a dummy. No, you're a dummy because you're not listening to what the fuck he's saying. They've got experience. Now, this is my point. Politicians, as they stand, have royally fucked the world up. But only recently. Only within the last 50-odd year. And it's less, 30-odd. How old am I? When did Reagan... Basically, when Reagan came in, corporate America took over the world. Not America. Corporate America. And they were warned by their own presidents. Presidents until then, politicians until then, they were a bit like our old monarchs. If the country doesn't succeed, I don't succeed. If I don't succeed, the country doesn't succeed. So that's why you had monarchs in battle. You had monarchs going to war. That's why they got killed, a lot of them. You imagine any fucking royal going to war, and I mean war, not like what Harry did. It's good enough, nice bit of PR. It's not really war. He's not really on the back of a horse. Saying that though, he's not a monarch. I actually reckon he would. But you can't imagine Charlie doing it, or fucking, whoever's behind him from after the Wills or whatever. It's like now. It's like politicians are beyond corrupt. Well, not all politicians, but the ones who it's a bit like the business world. If you're not a psychopath, you do not make it in business. It's a simple fact. It rewards psychopathy. That's what it does. It's not. It's just that's what it does. You'll see them being interviewed. They've got answers for every injustice. They go, oh, well, no, but got to pull people up by the string. She's like, no. But it's invaded into politics, and that sort of happened. Reagan, Thatcher, Blair. That's what's happened now. It's you shouldn't apply business practice to absolutely everything that moves. Same as the NHS, same as the fucking armed forces. They're not businesses. You can't apply business models to fucking extremely variable things. If you've got a product, or you've got products, or you provide a service which is going to be consistent all of the time and get consistent results, you can apply business practice to that. That's because you're going to work out your overheads and your returns. Easy fucking peasy. In fact, if you now wanted to own a business and you just went, if you actually said to a bank now, like a punter, imagine this weird little scenario. I want to run hospitals. If you were just a normal punter, if you came up with billions of pounds and just went, I want to run my own hospitals, can you give us a grant? Or whatever. They'll be like, no. Because health is a fucking variable. Health is a variable. We have years of wild fucking pneumonia, or some years wild fucking excessive drinking and people breaking shit, and we have massive fucking strange variables throughout the year, and we try and apply business logic to fucking that. And it's the same with the armed forces. We've turned defence into a commodity, not a service. NHS, we've turned that into a commodity. It's not a service. Your health is now someone's like profit margin. Sorry. And so Bernie Sanders is the opposite in the States. He's blaming the right people. And that's why the establishment are going to town on him, like they did with Corbyn. They're going to fucking town on him because he has the audacity to give a shit about people. Like me and you. On America's Kiss, them and them. Gives a shit about people. Cares about them. As much as himself, you've got to. The phrase is, number one's all important. It's not. It's most important. It's not all important. It's most important, but it's not all important. Look after yourself, yes, but not at the fucking behest of others, not at the damage of others. But that's the fucking thing. And so we've got a stage now where in England, in Britain now, even in the 70s and 80s, when it was like people could be verbally just racist, just got laughed off and like whatever, it's like fucking hell. Now it's just fucking people are just so stupid. They've been dumbed down for 20 odd years, and they're just, I'm fucking sick as fuck, so I've got to blame someone. So I'll blame him who's less than me because I'm a fucking weak fucking pedo fucking arsehole. You know what I mean? It's like, yes, blame the next person down, because that's easier. Blackadder kicking the cat. Remember that? The downtrodden always kick down Baldric. I shall kick the cat. The cat will bite that mouse, and that mouse will run up your leg and bite you. And it's just it's just fucking. You do that though, you're missing the whole fucking point. Point being, that person next to you is you. You're scrambling around in the dirt. Like, was it fucking the Holy Grail Monty Python? Who are you? I'm your king. Well, I didn't vote for you. You don't vote for kings. Well, how do you become king then, eh? By exploiting the masses. By perpetuating the scrambling around in the dirt. It's a metaphor. And that's when you start blaming each other. That's what we're doing. Every time you start ignoring the fucking people at the top, strange things happen, and that's why we've got Trump. Trump snuck in, and he says things like, "Oh, believe me, it'll be great. Yeah, it'll be great. Oh, yeah, we're going to do good things. It's going to be great. Just, believe me." And I genuinely think he's taking the piss out of his own supporters, because he has no plan. No plan. No plan. And he could be president, because the alternative is the political version of it. He's not a politician. The political version of him, in the Republican Party, are pretty much thick as fuck. They haven't even got business now. At least Trump's got that. In his armour. But he's already alienated America if he gets in. So if he gets in, he's fucked. He's shat in his own bed, because the world, whether you like it or not, is global. Global, 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 global. It's always gotten more global. Well, for a kick-off, we all come from a valley in Africa, sorry. We came from a valley in Africa. We evolved and spread, and what have we done? Become more global. We went round and went more When they went to America, they were convinced, Columbus was convinced, he was the first guy there. But they went, hang on. These natives, why do they look? They look like they've got similar. Hang on, and then they found paintings and stuff, and the same technology that they had in Egypt, exactly the same technology, same paintings on some of the walls, because people have travelled. But now, because of technology, again, travelling, you don't have to leave your fucking. And I'm an example of this because of how I've been ill. You don't have to leave your seat to be in another part of the world. I talk to people all over the world online. I'm like, what the fuck? I've got a shitty game and I'm really bored. I go on this game where you can glide. Because I used to glide when I was in the air cadets and I was a kid. I used to love it. You can go on this game, and I've been chatting to people and learning techniques off people in Poland, fucking America, and it's free. When I was a kid, we had Astro Wars. Beep, 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 little lip, beep, little lip, beep, 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 beep. Now, you're playing this thing, you had a little shooty rocket at the bottom, shooting all these fallen blocks, which were representing fucking spaceships. In your mind, this is the power of the mind. Your mind was convinced you were in that spaceship and they were actual UFOs. It's called imagination. Imagination. looking outside of oneself. Yes. Don't have that now, do we? in our Bill Hicks even said this not long before he died. We are the imagination of ourselves. Life is only illusion, and whatever you can imagine now can be done. And it's true, pretty much. Barring time travel and all that stuff. But even that, you can simulate it really accurately on computers and shit. It's like pretty much the world is at our fingertips, and we're at a strange position. I think that's why there's all this confusion out there as well. But we're in a strange position where we have to make the right decision right now, because we're at a crux regarding the climate. We're at a crux regarding nuclear proliferation. We're at a precipice where the survival of the species is at risk. At risk. Now, this is where it gets complicated. Because people have always said this. You've always had soothsayers saying, the end is nigh, and all that stuff. But those people have been religious, and regarding the Bible and the Torah and all that stuff, a lot of the text there prays for revelation. It prays for the end times. So when you get in, like, fucking any religious nut job saying we want to fucking whatever, the end of the world, they're looking for mutual destruction, because they see that they will go to heaven, and all of us non-believers, us people who don't believe in fucking fairies, because it's a fairy, it's an imaginary friend, gets you through the bad times. People had imaginary friends, and even as kids we mocked them. But the older we get, the more fundamentally fucking religious we get, don't we, a lot of us? But start turning to God, because we start thinking about mortality. This can't be it. Fucking hell, this can't be it. There's got to be more. I'll believe in this to keep us happy and thick and stupid. So, yeah, the end isn't nigh, but we're at the point where if we don't do the right thing, we could very much easily make it nigh. And a lot of that is down to people who've had a stranglehold on power for the last 2,000 years. And it's people who manipulate religion. And religion is going out. We're a Christian country. No, we're not. Britain's not a Christian country. And thank God for that. If God is this omniscient, fucking all-powerful, all-seeing eye type being, he'd just be going, what the fuck, you have missed the point. Get out of that building where you're fucking praying all the time, or kneeling down, or whatever you do in whatever religion. Get out of that building, get amongst the people, and help. Help people. Christians fucking disturb me. I don't know any Christians. I'll let that sink in. I know loads of people who go to church. I know loads of people who go to church. And they call themselves Christians. Most people who go to church, obviously, because they call themselves Christians. But they're not very charitable, are they? The idea of charity to a lot of people, especially people who go to church, is putting a bit of money in the tray to fix the roof. God is kind of fucking shit at fixing roofs, isn't he? Every church has a roof campaign constantly. Like, fucking hell, why don't you just make one good roof? Look at Durham Cathedral. It's been for fucking 500 years. Anyhow, but it's like, no, they want your money. They want your money. That's what they want. They want your money. They want your subservience. Because as soon as you part with your money with whatever church, fucking whether it's a mosque, a fucking synagogue or whatever, when you part money with that church, you're part of it. You're hooked. It's like, like I've invested now. So I've not only invested my life choices and I've become religious, I've invested the last thing I've got, which is actually of any worth, and that's my fucking money, which comes from my labour. So now, I'm all in. I've got to go all in. I've been given the money. I'm not going to give them money and have it pissed up the wall. But that's as soon as you hand over money to a church, that's it. You're bought. You're not buying. You're bought. You walk away and you think, oh, I've done a lovely thing today. You get in your car, drive around the corner. You see a kid run out the road. You screech. What do? Stupid bloody kid, you should look where you're going. You think, oh, bloody parents. I bet she's on the dole. I bet, you see? You soon become non-Christian, don't you? When you're not at church, pretending and singing. It's like, I'll be a twat all of my life to everybody around us, but I'll judge them in my head. I won't judge them out loud. Me and the husband will sit at the window and go, have you seen them from 45? A fucking disgrace. The kids need washing. You know what I mean? And then they go to church and they're absolved. They come back going, I'm so in touch with God. God loves me. God left you fucking as soon as you walked into church, if you believe in God. Because if that is your God, if that is your God, if your God is that type of fucking boss, wouldn't want to work for him. I wouldn't want to be employed by him. No. I'd be like, hold on. God's a bit of a twat. And you know what? I don't believe in God. But if I did believe in God, it'd be a lot nicer than the ones all these fucking religious people go and visit. Go and talk to. Have visions. God, Jesus Christ. And that's the funny thing as well, when you say a thing like, oh, Jesus, see, you're not saying that because you must believe. It's like, no. It's a turn of phrase. I mean, he's only been a major part of fucking culture for 2,000 years. I'm not going to just replace the word Jesus Christ with something like, I don't know, Justin fucking Bieber. Instead of, it just didn't work. Who's next? Oh, that's a good idea. Yes, let's form new non-religious noises of exasperation. I like holy shit and stuff like that. Oh, fucking hell. In fact, my favourite is shit the bed. Shit the bed. Swearing's brilliant. It's brilliant. It means you've got a lower vocabulary. It doesn't. It means you've got more. You've got more words. You use the same words as everybody else. You just add these as well. You've obviously got more words. It's a greater vocabulary. Anyhow, ask Hunter S. Thompson. One sweary for the mucker he was, but what? Could write his fucking arse off. Off his tits as well, you know what I mean? Off his tits on acid and still write better journalism than anyone who's alive currently. Who would have thunk it? Anyhow, yes, so I've wibbled quite away from Donald Trump. It's still there. We're still hovering about the same sort of stuff, though. But it's yes, people looking and searching for answers, but not looking hard enough. That's the thing. There's a strange thing where there's the whole privilege aspect of the idiots. I call it idiot privilege, right? Idiots have a go at me online all the time. All the time for saying I'm unpatriotic and I don't love my country and Well, for a start, you can't love a landmass. I'll just get that out of the way first. Get that out of the way first. And you can't love a country. It doesn't return any affection. Love is a two-way street. It's an inanimate object. It's rocks you live on. I love living here. That's the difference. I love living in England. I love living in Britain. Don't love Britain. I don't love the majority of people in Britain. But I love Britain. And that's why I love Britain. Can you imagine? If all these people got what they wanted, you know, like kick all the immigrants out, kick all the Johnny foreigners out, and just have this. How fucking boring would this country be if there was no foreigners in it? Oh. What sort of concept is that? Jesus fucking whipped. What were you... Oh. Should I tell you what? Me brother, when I was about fucking 7, made a spaghetti bolognese. I thought I was on another planet. I had a fish finger and chips and stuff on me fucking knife. And my brother rocks in and makes his fucking bolognese. I'm like, what the fuck's this? In my mind, I was smoking a Galois and I was outside of a fucking bistro in Italy and I didn't even know what a bistro was. You know what I mean? I did the same to me dad. My dad never ate any foreign foods, and not long before he died, I went down, I made a bolognese. He was crying as he ate it. Bless him. He goes, I can't believe you can cook stuff like this. I was like, it's mushrooms, onions, mince, and I was like, but obviously, I was a young lad, so I was like, I am class at the kitchen, really. You know, like, people can pretty much fart a spaghetti bolognese now, but we wouldn't, you know. I like making loads and loads of cuisines, but that's not the only thing. Everyone goes to the cuisine thing because it's the quickest thing, and it's right. It's like it's a metaphor. How shit would the country be? Let's go to food, because without foreign influence, British food is cack. It's wholesome. Not saying it's not wholesome. And local food is very good for you. Very good for you. Locally sourced. Good for you. Good for the people around you. And all of that stuff. But I love the fact that down south, people are fucking rearing ostriches. I just love that fact. It's class. When I was a kid, an ostrich was like you saw them occasionally on telly in Australia. Or on telly in the desert somewhere. Like, you'd have either David Bellamy rummaging around its undergrowth, or Attenborough going, just talking away about how it can kick someone's heart out or something like that. Yeah, but now they've got llama farms in Britain. Llama farms. People farming llama. I fucking love that shit. I love anything. I love encountering people from other countries. I just that's why I like going to London. Miss going to London. London is mint, and I love. I just weird. I think I'm just people from where I'm from bore the living fuck out of me. Sorry, like, family aside and that, and like, but like, we're just so we become lazy in our privilege, and it is a privilege that we live here. It is a privilege, but I would like that privilege to be sent to anyone who can fucking get here. To me, if you've, like Chris Rock used to say about the Cubans, to me, if you fucking hung onto the underside of a truck to get into this country, you're fucking in this country. You know what I mean? That's some level of commitment. All everybody else here has done is fallen out of a fanny. That's what you've done to be British. All you fucking arseholes who follow the fucking Britons first and all that fucking EDL bullshit. I'm proud to be English. You can't be proud to be from somewhere. It's actually impossible. You can be proud of your achievements, or, you know, at a push, your kids' achievements. Because a lot of the time, your kids do things that have nothing to do with you, but if you've helped them, encouraged them, and they've succeeded, well, fucking well, be proud. Yes, you can be proud of that. You can't be proud to be from somewhere. I'm proud I'm not sitting on the toilet. You know what I mean? You can't be proud to be from a place or at a place. It's an impossible concept. You fucking arseholes. British and proud. Well, okay. You can be British and be proud. You can't be proud to be British. You're just British. You're here by birth, an accent of birth. And if you've made it here, then you've got more right to be proud. You've made the effort. You've made the effort to fucking, against all the odds, get here. And be, they don't know the born. Coming over here, they don't know the born. You're born here, you fucknut. They don't know the born coming over here taking benefits. Alright. Yeah. Fucking morons. Anyway, I have wibbled somewhat today. See, it's been that long. You're going to get this. It's going to be down your fucking neck. What I'm going to do from now on, I'm going to do installments. So it will go out once a week, but I'll record them in segments because I'm tripping with that old fucking sound effects thing I had on earlier. It's really good, all this playing around and stuff. It's a bit like just recording a song and having all your different, but instead of musical instruments, it's noises. Pardon me. So on that one I used that noise is mating elk. It's a male elk. That is a wild turkey. Obviously the bangs are all different gunshots. There's a choo-choo train there. There's a traffic jam. There's helicopter. I had all these things on. There's a train, two traffic jams. I pan one from the left to the right, and one is slightly different, so it sounds like a junction. There's a helicopter hovering. There's a cafe just talking away just before the train. Then there's a audio, and I'm not sure. It sounds real, but I've got a feeling it's from a movie of gunshots going off in a place and everyone taking cover. And crickets and the water trickling. All this is free. You can just find it online. It's all public domain before anyone comes. I'm gonna fucking screw him for money. No, it's public domain. I checked it out. And you can hide up there. So I'm gonna have fun with them. So it's shorter than usual. This shorter. There's a lot more in there because I've tried to nail a lot of things at once and not amble on too much. And the next ones are going to be like maybe 10-minute sketches about particular issues. But I'll be rambling on within those sketches, if you know what I mean. Because my fitness levels and that are getting a lot better. I'm walking better, so my mind is no longer obsessed with fucking pain. And so I'm getting more creative in that. Things are clicking into place and shit. Like, you know what I mean here. So I'm gonna record more. Anyhow, what's happening this week? Oh, I'll tell you what's happening in a second. Listen to this. That was a fucking organic sound effect. What's happening this week? There'll be more Trump madness. And there's a small, tiny piece of us is happy, not happy, but I'm like, one good thing that might come out of this Donald Trump thing is it might force politicians to up the game. I hope that's actually his plan. But I think he might be underestimating the stupidity of the rest of America. I think if he got voted in, he could either be a manipulative genius for trying to up politicians' game, or he could be the nut job, power hungry wanker that I think he is. But either way, it's like him highlighting how easy it is to fool people into using their hard fought democratic privilege. It's not. People think democracy was just handed to you because people were just benevolent. There you go. There you go. You can vote. There's a good lad and lass. Took a lot longer for lasses to fucking vote. But you know what I mean? So it's like, no. We've a chance. This is what's happened, right? It's the whole point of democracy is you're meant to hold power to account. And we haven't done so at all since the war, really. Not really. In America, you had the civil rights protests, that did. We've had little incremental changes like LGBT and it's weird because you expect more. You're never going to get it all straight away, but it's like since the war, it's been minorities fighting for everyone. You know what I mean? People who are just used to the status quo have sat on the privilege they've got and now it's like it's weird because people who have had no rights, who are now getting a voice and actually being active, are showing up the people who've just got the privilege of being the average schmo like me, white lad, working class, whatever. It's like people think, oh, why are they making such a noise? We've been neutered. So instead of the only way forward, really, to hit home things to all of the politicians and Trump, the fucking arsehole, is to pretty much do the opposite of what they do. They try and divide and conquer, and there's a whole illusion as to your country's great. What the people in our country do to our country, it's not that great. The ones who are meant to be held accountable, but we don't. We hold each other accountable for things that the people who should be held accountable fucking get away with. And by accountable, I don't mean like fucking off with their heads and all that bullshit. You've got to keep on the case. It's like this. I still struggle with the whole left versus right thing. I don't think left and right are relevant in the same way anymore. Sounds odd, but what the difference is now? It's reality versus bullshit. I think that's the new left and right is like reality versus bullshit. And wanting a better reality is very much what used to be the left. Say the left was as dogmatic as the right. But now it's like fucking howie. Do we want a democracy or do we want hypocrisy? And like I know there's some people like don't vote at all, which like, you know, to me really, in the last election I didn't want to vote at all. So I went on a local issue. So then I ended up voting. I've never not voted. Even though I don't agree with fucking the majority of shit that goes on. And fuck me, if you don't want to vote, don't vote. But you can't not vote and then moan about your fucking lot. Sorry. You can't, you know. I reckon if I was, you know, middle class and made a lot of money and I was content, I probably wouldn't vote again. You know, I'd be happy. And that's the way people get. But when you're working class or you're poor or you're whatever, you're on benefits and whatever, how desperate are you to be clinging onto that raft that any other person trying to achieve that thing you attack. Disabled, Johnny Foreigner. I want to make this point about benefits again. Johnny Foreigner doesn't get benefits as soon as they fucking arrive in this country. And also, all benefits, including yours, your family tax credits, if you've got family and you're working, and all the other fucking credits and tax breaks, they are benefits. But they're also cost neutral, because you spend them in the economy. You spend your benefits in the economy. They're cost neutral. They benefit society. They're not just a benefit, it's like the money goes round in a circle. So what you're saying is, you shouldn't have a right to exist in any form of luxury whatsoever, because you're not doing the same as me. You're not working my arse off. But what you're not doing in that shit job where you work and you're fucking sick of not having the right pay, not having the right fucking rights, you're working all the hours God send for fuck all, you're not speaking out to the right people. Fucking unions. What are they now? Fucking hell, fucking unions. There's a Union Jack. United Kingdom. No, there's a key little thing. Unity. Unite. Get together. So I think, hang on, we're being fucked over here. Let's just see what everybody else is feeling. Fucking hell, they're getting fucked over as well. What? And are you getting fucked? We're all getting fucked up. We're getting fucked over. But no, what's happening is people are going, oh, fucking hell, I'm getting fucked over here. Like, what, are you getting fucked over? Well, you are as well. Are you getting more fucked over than me? How much more getting fucked over than me? So you're getting slightly less fucked over than me, and I'm doing all this. And I'm getting slightly more. It's just, whoa. You're all getting fucked over. We're all getting fucked over. So, point up. Go, oh, what the fuck's going on here? What you doing? Sort us out. You've got all that money sloshing about, and now I'm getting fucking a shot on you. But no, that's too hard, isn't it? And this is the thing, all these brave EDL and brave Britain's first fucking hard men, yeah, fucking, they're not brave enough to fucking bollock the boss and fucking withdraw labour, are they? I might lose me fucking job, like. Oh. It's the same argument that goes on a grander scale with companies who threaten to leave and this, that and the other, and when we ever go, we've got to make people pay the right tax. If we do, they'll just take the business elsewhere. To where? They're here for a reason. They want our business. It's like, fucking hell. Now, this is the thing with the EU. Getting onto the EU. All for the EU, barring one topic. And that's TTIP. Talked about it before. I've posted all over the place. If you don't know about it by now, you're choosing to be ignorant. And you'll tend to find the people who ignore things like TTIP are the ones who fucking have a go at Johnny Foreigner and the muzzies and all that fucking bullshit. Because that is the real... Yes, it's an invasion. It's an invasion of rights, and it's an invasion of everything we've got in our country being sold to multinationals. Yeah, so which Johnny Foreigners are you really bothered about? The people who you sit next to on a bus, going to your fucking shitty job, or the people who literally are buying your country that you're supposedly fucking proud of from under your feet tomorrow in a heartbeat. So, at the moment, because TTIP has pretty much been decided behind closed doors. 2 weeks ago, they had politicians from the EU, I think everybody in the EU, but the EU, the UK politicians, sorry, went over. They were allowed something like fucking an hour or so to look through the draft of the TTIP. They were only allowed to take in a pen and a pencil and jot down notes. Then that was it. No questions. Get out. You've seen all you need to see. Now that could be brought in via the EU, because it's also why the Americans have been saying like, oh, you've got to stay with the EU. So I'm torn. I'm all for the free movement. I'm all for the trade within Europe. But if it means giving up everything that I love about this country, I've said I love things in the country. I don't love the country. It's impossible, I've said before. But the things I do love about the country, well, while you were arguing with that brown or Polish lad about your little piece of muck, your little scrambled in the dirt for your little coins, you've been robbed. It's a distraction. You're choosing to be distracted if you're that thick that you fucking blame immigrants for things. You're choosing to be distracted. You're choosing to be an idiot. You're making that conscious effort to go. And you can change things by voting. Now, so at the moment, there's not been enough information on TTIP, so I'm not convinced about the EU. I want to stay. But regarding, as soon as TTIP comes in, it's goodbye to the NHS. Goodbye for you pisshead chavers, or even you nice people who just like fancy a couple of drinks on the weekend, and you might have a few drinks and accidentally burst something, end up in hospital or whatever. You could be cycling with your lovely family and fall off your bike and break something, and you're not going to have any NHS. You're going to have to pay like America. You're going to pay like America. And there are cases in, I think it was San Francisco, where there were people who were part of the IT set, working in IT and getting quite good money. One guy broke his leg and it's bankrupted him. He's lost his job, he's now homeless because of a broken leg. Because it's something to do with the insurance and it wasn't a complicated break, let's just say that, and it was a complicated break. So all the complications regarding the break of the leg cost more money and it's spiraled. And he's homeless. It happened to anyone. So while you lot are fucking going on about immigrants, that's not the invasion, in inverted commas, you should be worried about. It's corporate invasion. Literally buying everything. So everything will be done at a profit. Not your profit, though. Started with the police, didn't it, last week? Birmingham. And was it Cornwall? It was down the southwest, or Somerset. They're going to they've tendered out a contract for private police. That's a police state in the making, pretty much. Because then it's about profit, like in America, where the prisons are all profit-based. So it's going to be the same here. Beep, 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 beep. G4, we all know how great they are at organising Olympics much. You're going to end up fucking with G4 running your police. That'll be good. Yeah, private police, profit margin is on the go. And I think, if I remember right, it's Theresa May's husband is the major fucking investor in G4. Yeah, keep having a go at immigrants and that. Just keep, blah blah blah. Keep having a go at people with similar or less or fucking money than you, and money. It's all about money, isn't it? Money, 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 money. Must be funny in a rich man's world.